In the FA Cup game against fierce rivals Liverpool, Man United needed to get a win in order to boost their confidence for the rest of the season. To stifle Liverpool's attack, United set up a tight and compact three-man midfield comprising of Pogba, McTominay and Van de Beek. Pogba comes back into the starting lineup after scoring the decisive winner against Fulham. But perhaps more surprisingly, there's no sight of the defensive-minded Fred against a top side like Liverpool. In the absence of Fred, much of the screening duties falls on the shoulders of McTominay. In this game, Maguire also continues to be the rock at the heart of United defense. Bailey and Lindelof have been in and out of the team recently due to injuries, but Maguire is a permanent fixture in the defense, which contributes hugely to a stable defense. But the key question for United still remains, how to stop Mo Salah from scoring. And this is where it gets interesting, because his opponent Luke Shaw is no slouch defensively either. It goes without saying, much of Liverpool's attacks often come from the flanks, with attacking fullbacks Robertson and Trent making overlapping runs and supplying crosses. To prevent these fullbacks from causing havoc, United set up a wide 4-4-2 formation, which doesn't allow them much space in the wide areas. Fortunately for them, they are very well stocked in excellent defenders in these areas. Right now, United have one of the best defenders in the league, in Wan-Bissaka, who just tackles and makes interceptions for fun against Liverpool. On the other side, they also have the reliable Luke Shaw. Liverpool still don't look like creating lots of chances in this match. Part of it is down to United's compact midfield, but also due to the lack of ball progression from Liverpool midfield to these areas. In this instance, Firmino should open himself more to receive the ball from Thiago, but there's little of that. I'm not buying into the idea yet Firmino suddenly turned into a bad player overnight just because he had a run of bad games. He's still an excellent creative player, but he just needs to get the ball in these type of areas more often. Because when he does get the ball, he's still capable of making delicious through balls. This results in one of the few big chances Mo Salah gets. The same thing here, with Firmino finding space in between the lines. And in this type of area, Firmino's still a dream player to play with for the likes of Mo Salah, because he just creates lots of chances for you. The best thing about his pass here is how accurate it is to slip Salah in right in between Maguire and Shaw, which eventually leads to Liverpool's opener. Besides that, the chances for Liverpool actually come from individual errors from United. Here, Rashford somehow forgets his defensive duties and allows Salah all the time in the world on the ball. This makes for an easy pass to Alexander-Arnold, who's free to attempt a shot inside the box. Generally, Liverpool still lack that added creativity to carve open United defense. Their possession doesn't really translate to many meaningful chances yet. In this regard, there are some suggestions aimed at Thiago that he might have actually slowed the whole Liverpool team down with his sideways passing. But we all need to remember that this is Thiago coming back from injury in his first full season in the toughest league in the world. Also, Jones on the left wing doesn't make a pretty sight, does it? After Mane gets up on around the 60th minute mark, he takes what is rightfully his position, and Liverpool look more like their normal dangerous selves. Defensively, after Virgil van Dijk's injury, Liverpool have lost a little bit of their identity. The aggressive pressing is almost completely lost, and Liverpool resort to low block defense against United. And yet, despite the conservative defending, they are still vulnerable to counterattacks, given how they attack in numbers. Look how even a player like Mo Salah is even willing to go back and defend. This clearly shows a Liverpool team devoid of self-belief at the back. Defending is not Salah's game at all, and as a result, he doesn't even make a genuine attempt to defend properly against Rashford. Rashford is then allowed the time and space to deliver a cross to Greenwood on the other side, which turns out to be a wonderful assist. And also another clinical finishing by Greenwood with his weaker right foot, if there's such a thing as a weak foot for him. In a counter-attacking game, there's no better asset than Marcus Rashford, with the kind of pace he's got. It's certainly a mouth-watering prospect for him to face one-on-one with Reece Williams. In this situation, he's supported with willing runners such as Van de Beek, and he's definitely got the eyes for a pass to put Van de Beek through. Again, another counter for United, with Rhys Williams scrambling to get back in position. This makes an unfair battle between Rashford and Thiago, who has no choice but to foul him. It's also worth noticing, individual mistakes are still rife at the back for Liverpool. Right before United's first goal, Milner makes a failed attempt at cutting out the cross. For United's second goal, it also comes after a loss of possession by Liverpool midfield, and Liverpool's highline defense gets exposed by United's counter again. This time, it's Greenwood returning the favors for Rashford. Again, another blunder by Liverpool defensively, this time is the inexperienced Williams. Again, another clinical finishing by Rashford. In this game, Solskjaer's men show incredible ruthlessness in punishing Liverpool's weaknesses and making them pay. It's clear, with Liverpool playing a high line, Williams is clearly the weakling at the back. There's a target on his back whenever United get the ball. Right before the free kick that leads to United's winner, Fabinho also makes an unnecessary foul in a dangerous area outside the box. This makes a central defensive pairing of an out-of-position player with a young player that's clearly not ready at the highest level. Now let's turn to the man of the match, Paul Pogba. In recent games, he has scored 2 match-winning goals against Burnley and Fulham. Against Liverpool, he didn't score, but he certainly bossed the whole Liverpool midfield with his passing, composure, and strength. Without Bruno, interestingly, Pogba stays as the holding midfielder, while Van de Beek's in a more advanced position. Such a dominant performance like this might indicate Pogba finally feels at home in a position previously alien to him. At one point of the game, Liverpool looked like they're flexing their muscles when they still have Mane to bring on from the bench. But a few moments later, United also make a similar change to bring on their big player from the bench. This would surely make us think that United might have a title-challenging squad this season. Arguably, Bruno also made a bigger impact than Mane. He scores the winning goal through a direct free kick, which beats a helpless Alisson. His shot flew in and dipped at such an awkward height, which made it almost impossible for Alisson to stop. There are not many better feelings than a substitution that immediately makes a huge impact. Just look at the sheer joy in Solskjaer's face. Aside from the goal, Bruno also creates one big chance for Cavani, whose header only managed to hit the upright. It could have been more for United. 1 goal and 1 big chance created in the space of 25 minutes is not a bad return at all. Such a performance certainly underlines even more Liverpool's lack of a playmaking number 10 in Bruno's caliber. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, drop a comment down below, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Catch you all soon.